Question number 1.
What leadership moment are you most proud of / least proud of?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the most proud, the two I think most proud, I'm going to talk about the ones I'm proud of. The two most proud, one is, I think when Pastor Dan left and the guys who were left here, but not left here, but that were still here on the staff, had been here for 10 years and that they were willing to go, with us. And so I'm proud of that. You know what I mean? That we went on that journey. We saw a lot of people come to Christ. The church grew. And, they could have they knew more people than I knew. They could have easily called issues and difficulties, and they didn't. The other is COVID, that we were able to minister to people and see people come to Christ and have camp and everybody keep their job, So those are the two. I think when you think about, what was it? How did they put it? Least proud?
Most proud of and least proud of.
Least proud. I think, least proud, I think is, I can go back to my first pastorate, and I think that was a very painful experience, but I could have done things differently. And I hate it for the pain that we felt, but I hate it worse for the pain that those in the congregation felt. We've been able to kind of move on and move forward. But, some folks, when they get hurt, they just give up on God and everything. And so it's always painful to look at that. And then I think as the culture has changed, it's been, I wouldn't say I'm least proud, but I would say frustrated with trying to figure out how to reach people in today's world. Those are my answers.
Those are good answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, 2 more questions. If you have 2 more good questions.
I do. What is something that people who are early on in their leadership journey overlook?
I think patience. I think we all want to succeed. Like I said, the gentleman we talked about earlier, I think about, in my own life, sometimes our inability to be patient does cause pain for people.
Yeah.
Our expectations are too high. No, that's not true. Our expectations need to be high, but our willingness to allow people to grow to reach those expectations sometimes are not what they need to be. And I think when you're early in your leadership, you do one of 2 things. You don't give people time to reach your expectations, or another mistake I think early people make is they lower their expectations. They don't challenge people. They're afraid to have the difficult conversation. I think that's one of the most important aspects of leadership that get neglected. Is the difficult decision or the difficult conversation. Today, if you happen to catch the teaching, if you didn't, you can go to potentialchurch.com, and we talked about priorities, and we talked about how we have to trust God. And I talked about, when it comes to giving, our success and success I defined as money, power, and influence, and how God wants us to trust Him, to give generously of our time. And I think as a pastor, here's I didn't share it because people don't connect sometimes with pastors and what our job is. But to me, I thought about it. I deal with that like when it comes to teaching, like on difficult subjects. Like money is always a difficult subject because I know, people are going to tune you out. People, are going to, that's all they care about and all that kind of stuff. And yet you have to trust that God and His Word are going to be faithful.
Yeah.
Even if people get mad or if people leave or if people respond wrongly.
Yeah.
So, one more.
All right, this is a bit of a fun one. If you weren't a pastor or a coach, what would you be?
A musician?
Worship guy.
Yeah.
You do play piano.
Oh.
Yes, I play.
I played. I don't know if you actively still play.
Well, no, but I'm learning. Pastor Matt's teaching me.
Oh. Is that real?
Well, I just figure we can save money if I can lead worship and preach.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Better watch it, Will. I'm coming after you, bro.
And then we can find a way where you can run all the slides from your iPad.
I can just do it all.
That you can.
I'd be back to the beginnings when it was just me.
Exactly.
What would I be? That's a good. What would you be?
I don't know.
What would you be, Will?
Probably working in psychology again.
In psychology.
Again. What'd you do
As a
before?
patient or somebody that,
I was a grief counselor for like a year and a half.
Dang.
yeah. Wow. Hey, have you taken you need to read the book. We need everybody.
He took it.
What was your number one? We're talking about Irvin McManus's book, 7 Frequencies of
Correct.
Communication. And he has 7 frequencies.
Best like personality.
It's really fun.
Best
So if
one
you
I've ever
haven't
taken.
It's a short read. He comes with a little test. And Will's number one way of frequency was?
I am a challenger.
Was healer in there at all? That's always a good frequency for a grief counselor.
It was third.
So it made it. You know whose was first as a healer? Who would you guess on staff? And I don't know everybody's. I'm the executive team. Who would you think had healer as number one?
Yourself?
Quite the opposite, actually.
Giselle had dictator. Giselle had dictator.
Dictator.
Frequency pastor.
Oh, that's not one?
But we can make it one. We can make it one.
Tyler. Pastor
do,
Tyler. Number one was healer.
8 frequencies.
Yeah.
Has he ever healed you? And we'll be right back.
To this
So much. I appreciate him so much.
There you go. Hey, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We've had a lot of fun. I hope you have as
You
well.
never answered the question.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
If you weren't a pastor
Here-
or a
you-
coach,
I
what
would,
you be?
I would love to be in like fashion.
I could see that.
As a model or like creating?
Yeah, as a model.
Both.
Oh, wow. Creating fashion.
I would want to lead. So I would want to be like a creative director.
If you had to compare yourself to a fashion, like
Icon?
like who do you think your style would most be like?
Well, I think
Because I have an opinion, but I'm
think-
curious if it's the same as you.
fashion changes with the culture.
No, right. But if like there was someone that like, okay, that's kind of
Stylistically,
yeah,
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Interesting.
Well, yeah, what was your opinion?
I thought Virgil. Like I could see you kind of doing similar stuff.
Oh, that would be a huge compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What do you want?
A new computer. Mine's broken.
Hey, guys, we do thank you. Hey, let us know in the chat. What would you be if you weren't doing what you're doing?